And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Cousins from his end zone on 3rd down. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, we thought these 2 defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a running play now for Thielen. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Cousins. toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally marked down at the 23. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Come on. Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Right there. 54, right there.
They go play action. Cousins. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bless on Austin. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And he for a shot in there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action now. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Vikings, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be in search of their initial points of the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jordan Brooks.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A big play there for Minnesota.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. Carson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a give right side. Carson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Check right. Check. Good job right there. Good job right there. Check 99. Check 99. Check 31. Check 50. Check 50.
Now it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Vikings 10-yard line.
Tighten up.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Listen to me. Mike 54. Mike 54. Silver.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 47-yard line.
Check. 154. Come on, line out. Hey, kid.
Throwing is Cousins. Flush to his right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
54. Mike 54. You ain't going nowhere. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. First.
Cousins on 1st down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Tanner Muse
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, watch that. Hey, 0. One flip. You can't block me. Hey, 0.
Throwing to start the drive. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 74 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
39. Vikings, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Watch the twist. 14, run it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks.
Myers' kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. First down. Here's Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 44.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Fielded right around the 8. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Forced out to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Seattle. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Wilson going to throw for it. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Jordan Brooks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brent.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And from where we said, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On play action, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a throw here to his running back. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. Play action now, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They go play action. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Trey Brown.
And he's into the clear. 30, 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They go back to Carson here on 2nd.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
4th down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. So we got man. All those special. All those special. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
They run for it with Carson. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And he pushed it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.